welcome dear viewers to yet another episode of the Peak Review Show, a comprehensive news analysis and interpretation program that looks at matters science, business, arts, and politics. Now today we are going to be looking at arts and we shall explore the live music performance and music production industry in Kenya and in relation to well-performing industries in Africa like Congo, Nigeria, and South Africa. But before we delve any deeper, let us have a peek at the headlines.
Global warming on the rise. Raila sworn in as the people's president. Miguna deported to Canada. Sauti Sol and Tio Savage collaborate on a new song.
Now, for most of us Kenyans who've been around the local scene, we have seen our industry come a long way and grow from the old sound of Isa, Nameless, and Kapuka music to the now internationally acclaimed Sauti Sol and the new sound of Liban, who have actually put Kenya in the music scene, in Africa and also in the world. However, other African countries or other major industries like Nigeria and South Africa have come from oblivion, so to speak, and they have surpassed us, they have outgrown us. And we want to know why. We want to know what is it that they're doing differently that we Kenyan artists are not doing. And on top of that, we're going to explore the power of culture in music and the business side of it, how people package their music, how people market their music, and actually what consumers want. So our able reporter compiled the following report.
The Kenyan music industry has come a long way and it has grown in leaps and bounds. However, it still lags behind other industries such as Nigeria, Congo and South Africa in music export and distribution. Their packaging and appeal appears to beat that of Kenya in a long range. So what is it that the Kenyan artists are not doing?
The music industry in Kenya is a vibrant and thriving industry that grows by the day. To understand its roots and background, I talked to Evelyn Nadege, a performing gospel artist and master of music.
It's not very bad. We have talent. We have a lot of talent, and It's only that the music performance in Kenya is more of has taken the urban style a lot. It's like we really got into this thing of urbanization. It got into us so much that we've forgotten about our cultures, where we come from. Because Kenya, being a very big country with very many ethnic groups, like about 40 to 45 ethnic groups, we are supposed to actually maybe bring out a culture that is one from Kenya.
And I think for our own local consumption, I believe we have good music. As far as that industry is concerned, I would say there is a lot of room for growth because even amongst ourselves, I still feel like we still lack a sort of identity.
The local music scene is it's in a good place. It's growing. There's a lot of potential. There's a lot of producers and musicians willing to experiment and partner with musicians outside of Kenya and in Africa to just improve the industry.
Looking at the African music industry, Nigeria, South Africa, and Congo seem to be doing very well, and their culture seems to be playing a big role in their success. Their outgoing and colorful cultures not only influence their music, but also the reception and perception of their listeners towards their arts. So this begs the question, does Kenya have the same appeal?
Music production and performance in Kenya has grown in professionalism. Earlier on, cultural traditional music was more dominant, but now urban music has taken center stage. Urban and traditional music have merged with cultural trends in music production and performance, which has led to international recognition, performances, and collaborations. I also talked to another expert, David Oyuga, a master of classical, choral, and church music, on solution to Kenya's setbacks in her music industry.
The Nigerians and the Congolese, if you listen to their art or their music, you see their culture in it, but not in Kenya. Kenya, we borrow a lot from other cultures outside Kenya, and even the language, to an extent that now it waters down what we are, and it gives a wrong impression of what we are. So if I were to talk of a solution, then I would say that the Kenyan musician we need first to look into our culture and look what is good, find what is good, and use them to package our music.
It all comes down to lack of exposure of the good artists. Honestly, I believe Kenya is the best in the continent. It's just that maybe the funding that goes into, let's say, maybe a Leband project might be different from the funding that's going into a Davide project. But you put those two people on a stage with people who have never heard the song before, who do you think is going to kill?
Although Kenya cannot boast of the same dominance their African counterparts have, Kenyan artists have still put Kenya on the global map through their rich culture, artistic prowess, and unique style of sound. Reporting for the Peak Review, Oro TV, it is I, Kirui Brian.
Very much for that report. Now, today I am a very privileged host because it's not every day that you get to sit down with a beautiful, strong, witty, intelligent, and lover of arts as Miss Ajitza, or rather, AJ. Welcome very much, AJ. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
So, what do you think about the professionalism of Kenyan music and our Kenyan artists?
Well, I don't know. That's such a broad topic, but I think Kenyan artists are still growing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we have a much wider field when it comes to up-and-coming artists, but we really focus on the main artists. And when the main artists who are well-known don't act professional, it ends up reflecting on all these other new up-and-coming artists.
Okay.
There's a huge field for artists who are not so known.
Would you consider yourself someone who promotes Kenyan music or Kenyan artists?
Definitely.
Okay.
Kenyan art generally can be wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely say most of my friends are artists.
Cool.
And especially when it comes to Kenyan music,
Mm-hmm.
I think I champion Kenyan music when it's good content, when it's quality, when it's something I feel like I'm proud to promote.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you buy Kenyan music? Do you attend their concerts?
I attend concerts.
Okay,
Yes.
but you don't buy.
I find it hard to buy availability.
YouTube Nation, download.
Yeah, YouTube Nation. Yeah.
Cool, that's nice. So let me ask you, if you're to give your opinion about how our Kenyan artists perform, are they up to par with international standards? Like, let's not put them at the same level, but you see the way Beyonce would perform with a live band, or Juliani would perform with a live band. What do you say for the general umbrella of artists? Do you think we're still up to par, or we still have a lot of work to do?
I think Kenyan artists have a great disadvantage because, first of all, the team that backs them, financially it's harder for you to create art and push it out properly without a team. Big artists, international artists have a team. They have a PR team, they have a media team, they have a sound team, and for Kenyan artists, it takes a while for us to get to that level.
We all know about promoters. I can say we already touched on out there.
Yeah.
So, promoters, they'll come out there with these awesome banners and posters and you bring these people to Kenya and things like that. But sometimes it's just a scam, or let's say they don't actually bring the artist.
Yeah.
Have you ever been a victim of that?
There was a concert where 2 Chainz was supposed to come, and it was Jameson, but it was Kenyan promoters handling the event. And we have such a bad reputation because there's always a middleman who takes a cut of something, and 2 Chainz ended up not coming. That's why I even have this policy of I'll always pay at the gate. I'll never buy an advance ticket, because you never know with Kenyan promoters what's going to happen.
So there's an issue about our professionalism there.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think it affects the music industry as a whole? Probably our reputation or our image out there in regards to other industries?
I'd say yes. I'd say it shies artists away from coming here and from really performing to Kenyan audiences.
You love poetry, right?
I absolutely love poetry.
Yeah. So what do you think about, if you look at let's now diverge a bit from music and look at arts.
Yes.
In a broad way. If you were to be made a demigod, you're given the powers.
Yes.
What would you change about our industry? What would you change about Kenyan arts?
I'd say create a space where art can be supported. Not just by, it's not like, government youth fund, give us money so we can know. I think us as Kenyan people supporting Kenyan art.
Well, as an artist in that broader sense, do you feel like you have managed to at least do something towards the effect of bringing this change that you talk of?
No, I feel like there's a way people expect you to express art. So when you don't express it that way, it's a reluctance to either read your work, to publish your work, to invite you to perform. And there's a set standard that we go by when it comes to artistry. And if you don't apply to that school of thought, like my art is very different. It's I can't say it's fully Kenyan because I have different influences and different cultures within me. So expressing myself fully as an artist involves me bringing those different aspects out into my work. And some will get it, and some Kenyans won't and be like, what's this girl talking about? This poetry is just weird. Or this post is weird. Or it has Western influence, and then there's that, you're not African enough, or you're not Kenyan enough in your art. So I think it's more about I'm creating my own space as an artist. And whoever wants to come into that space, you're more than welcome. Yeah.
Well, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Well, that was it. We're going to go for a short break. We'll be right back after the ad. Stay tuned.
Share your internet with friends and family. Just dial *544# and select Sambaza Internet.
Hello guys, it's Caleb here. Distarian, 4th year. Now I want to talk about the music industry in Kenya. So I think we are really trying, but I think our problem is Kenyans, we're not supporting ourselves. So I think if we could show our artists more support, financially, equipment, advice, we could do something better. So I'm gonna ask my friend here what he thinks about the industry.
Okay, my name is Gabriel Lamani. I think the main problem with the industry is singing sense. Because sometimes we find that guys are singing songs, but when you look into the lyrics, we have nothing at all. So they should focus majorly on the lyrics, because I think the producers are doing a nice job. We hear the beats, they are nice. So I think they should focus on the lyrics. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
That was Gabriel, Queen Daystar, and shout out, show us support. Kenya, let's do this. Let's support our own. Reporting for Oro TV, Arts episode. Thank you. Peace.
So we're about to wrap things up, and I believe that the Kenyan music industry is full of world-class talent who are going to take this music industry far. So make sure that you support your own, make sure that you show your love to our very own Kenyan artists. So right now I'm about to take you down memory lane with a video of our music industry some days back. Make sure that you enjoy yourself. Till then, make sure that you catch up with us on our next episode. I've been your lovely and delighted host, David Julius.
Landlord, yo. Asubuhi imefika nimeamka bila balaa, nikamkeka chini napiga swala, nenda zangu bafu kisha mambo safi, navaa chini sneaker tunavaa shati, kisha sinaga marashi na kunywa kahawa nikiteremsha kaimati, nasikia kuna mtu anabisha mlangoni kwenda kufungua akatotoka jirani, huwa kananipenda yuko best yangu, mzee usisahau leo kuniletea madafu, leo ni lazima ndio inanibamba, juu kila station inacheza genge mbaya, juu nishashiba sasa ni kwenda kuhaso, nikenda kutoka ndo nifungue mlango, jo besi siamini napata mwenye nyumba na kivuli mkononi.